Hello YouTube, today I'll be going over classes and methods in Java. So starting off, when you first have a Java program within the console, we'd start off, for example, like public hello world. So public class hello world, open curly brace and close curly brace. So this refers to container. So inside here, you don't really need public, but I'm just going to include public. This is a class, the container for all the methods within hello world. You type in enter, and now we're going to have a method which is called the main method. So essentially what the main method does is, this is the thing that always runs at the beginning of the application. So it's public static void main, so it's called the main method. It passes string args, we're going to discuss that a little bit later in this tutorial. But this is pretty much mandatory in any class, which is like your main class, because this always runs first and this is required. So pretty much if you run this, it runs. If we do not add this, so we commented out, like I showed you guys in previous tutorials, it'll ask what type of program it is, application or applet or whatever. So I gave an error because there's no main within the program. Another type of method would be the class constructor. So essentially what the class constructor is just a public for the public class. Then you have hello world, open close bracket, and just nothing. This is the class constructor. So what this does essentially is it preloads any variables that are required within this section. So within these brackets here are parameter passes. So what this is used for is sending local variables through these parameters. So say I have a void that calculates the sum of two numbers. So public void, because this will return nothing, I'll explain that later. And sum, and let's say we want to pass two numbers and then provide the sum. So we'll make a reference variable to the class we did before. We do just open bracket and close bracket because the class constructor doesn't pass anything. I'm gonna call sum and let's say 3 and 2, and let's do a system.out, a print line, and then we're gonna do a plus b. So this outputs 5. So what happens here is, because we declared an int a here and an int b here, it'll add 3, which is going to int a, and 2, which is going to int b, add them up, which will make 5. Now you may be wondering what the void means. So if we change this to an int, this basically makes the return type int. So we could just do a return here, and then we could do a system.out print line. This might appear confusing, but it makes sense. But essentially what this does is, you have inside here an int, which returns an int, and it accepts 2 integers. And then within here, it adds on these 2 integers. And here we output the sum. So we said the sum will return integer, which is the answer of 3 and 2. So we make this and that, it will still function and output this. Similarly, you can change public to a string, which will output a string. And we can just output hi, which will really work in our scenario, but it will output hi. So that's just an example of methods in Java. And in terms of classes, say we have a class hello world. Another way to access the class would be, say we had another class called hello world 2. You just do hello world 2, like b equals new hello world 2. And then you can access the methods from here. For example, run or output or any other method you'd have. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this video helps, and if you have any other ideas for video tutorials for the future, please comment below. Thanks for watching.